What is going on, everyone? This is a really, really bad look for Drew Brees. I understand why he did it. He's got to protect himself, his family, his bottom line. But when Drew Brees is asked about, everything that's going on in the world right now, what does he think about Colin Kaepernick and the kneeling and the protests? And he says that he does not approve of anyone that disrespects the flag of the United States. And it just makes Drew Brees look really bad because we all know that Colin Kaepernick is not disrespecting the flag. He was fighting for police brutality and the inequities in our society against the African American community. And that is exactly why the world is so angry right now, because of those exact things. So when Drew Brees is still ignorant enough to say that he won't approve of someone who disrespects the flag, well, you're just ignorant, Drew. And I know why you're doing it, because you want to protect your sponsors, but it's ridiculous. The guy asked him what the star NFL quarterback thinks about players kneeling again when the NFL season starts. He says, "I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country." I mean, it's just an ignorant statement, Drew. And I got a lot of respect for Drew Brees because he's been great for the NFL, but he is a clown. I hate to say that word because I have so much respect for Drew Brees, but he is a clown when he says this. And I'll give you guys the link in the description. It is just so frustrating, because all people want to do is protect themselves and their bottom line. They don't speak up. You're Drew Brees, one of the stars of the NFL, and you don't want to use your platform for good. And I'm wearing a suit because I got some business going on, not because I'm trying to be all political and official here. But that's the link in the description. Yahoo Sports interview, Drew Brees, just complete ignorance, man. I mean, if this is what people are going to say, we're in a lot of trouble because, the only way we're going to get change is if the people at the top, the people with these platforms are going to help too. And Drew Brees just makes himself look like an idiot. He really does, especially when you play in New Orleans, Louisiana, with such a high population of African American people in your community. I mean, he just makes himself look like an idiot. He really does. I mean, he doesn't want to get blackballed like Colin Kaepernick did, so I understand why he's doing it. But he just looks so ignorant when he says this. The guy's name, what's the guy's name? Daniel Roberts, Yahoo Finance, asked Drew Brees what the star NFL quarterback thinks about players kneeling again when the NFL season starts. Drew Brees, quote, "I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country." It's just not, that's just not what this is about, Drew. And you're smarter than that. We all know you're smarter than that. So this is disappointing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm kind of pissed off. You can hear it in my voice because this is just so ridiculous that Drew Brees would say that. I mean, he's smarter than that. He's one of the faces of this league, and he's a guy who you would expect to say all the right things because that's all that he's done over the course of his career. And I understand he wants to protect himself. He's got sponsors, and he's also a star quarterback, and that will get screwed up if he's disrespecting Roger Goodell in the league. But this is just pure ignorance from a really smart guy who makes a lot of money and knows better. He's a family guy who's got kids. This is ridiculous. I mean, I'm pretty pissed off that when I heard this because he's so much smarter than this, But that's the problem that we're in. That's why we're in this mess in the whole freaking first place, because people having this attitude where you want to completely ignore what Colin Kaepernick did and just say, well, we don't want people that disrespect the flag and do with the flag. And if you have any actual knowledge of the situation, you know that. So. When he talked about, he's got two grandfathers who served in the military. Nobody's arguing that, He also thinks about this, quote, civil rights movement in the 60s and everyone and all that's been endured by so many people up until this point. But he also says, is everything right with our country right now? No, it's not. We still have a long way to go. But I think what you do by standing there and showing respect for the flag with your hand over your heart, it shows unity. And you know what? This thing is such a mess. It really is. It's such a mess, and it's not going to go away because this is just going to keep in the conversation when he says stuff like this. You're smarter than that, Drew Brees. I mean, you're one of the faces of this league. I know you make a shit ton of money. You want to protect that bag, but you're the quarterback of this New Orleans Saints in Louisiana with a very high African American population in your community. You're one of the faces of this league. You gotta. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, that's why the people are protesting, because of this stuff like this, honestly. God, does it piss me off. The link's in the description if you want to check out the clip. It's just ignorance, man. It's just ignorance. Drew Brees is smarter than this. This clip's going to go viral. It already has. It was from 2 hours ago. It's got 500,000 views already, man. Just pure ignorance. Drew Brees is smarter. He really is, man. He's a lot smarter than this. He's a very smart guy. He's a family guy. He plays in Louisiana. He should know better. Not to say that if he didn't play in Louisiana, he should know that he could say this, but just based on everything, it's pure ignorance, man. It's pathetic. It really is. Our country is it's a freaking mess, man. There is a picture circulating of him watching a football game with President Trump, so maybe that explains it. I don't know if it's a fake picture or not, but I don't know. I don't know if it's photoshopped or not, but anyway, that's enough for me. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Crazy times we're living in. Very, very frustrating for a lot of people.